Hello everyone and welcome back to the Google Apps Script Masterclass on Rover. In our previous lesson we learned about variables. We learned how to create variables using var, let and const, and we also learned how to give variables meaningful names. But there is another important question: what kind of information can we store inside a variable? For example, can we store text? Can we store numbers? Can we store true or false values? Can we store a list of products? And can we store complete employee information? The answer to all of these questions is yes. Today we are going to learn about 5 important AppScript data types: string, number, Boolean, array and object. And also create practical examples and display different data types using Logger.log. And at the end of the lesson, I'll give you a homework challenge where you will create your own employee object. Before go to the video, do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos like this one. And also I'll release demo video for this lesson or lesson number 4. Before looking at the individual types, let's understand what a data type means. A data type tells our program what kind of value we are looking with. For example, you can see we have assigned a variable called name. We have assigned the variable name equal to John. We have written the John within inverted commas. Here John is text. Or the second one, we have assigned a variable called age, and the value we have assigned is 25. Here 25 is a number. So although both values are stored inside variables, so here the variable is const, they represent different data types or different types of data. Understanding data types is important because different types of data behave differently in our programs. Let's look at them one by one. First data type is a string. A string represents text. For example, we have assigned a variable. We have created a variable called name and we have assigned value John. So the value John is a string. We normally put text inside quotation marks, right, for strings. So likewise, I can provide many examples. So the next example is we can create a variable called city and we can assign Colombo as a value. So the Colombo is a string. Okay, likewise, another example, we can create a variable called position and we can assign accountant, the word accountant, to that position we have included that word within inverted commas. So the accountant is a string, right? Since strings can contain letters, numbers, spaces and special characters. For example, look at this one. Here we have created a variable called employee ID and we have assigned value called EMP001. So we have written that within inverted commas. Even though this contains numbers, it is a string because the value is inside quotation marks and represent text. So the second data type is number. The second data type is number. Numbers are used for mathematical calculations and numeric values. For example, you can see we have created a variable called age and we have assigned 25 for that variable. Or we can create a variable called salary and we have assigned 75,000 for that variable, right? We can also store decimal numbers. So here we have created a variable called price and we have assigned 1,550 cents as its value. Notice that we don't use quotation marks around numbers. This is important. Compare these two examples, right? Age variable and for that the same variable name within inverted commas. So there it is act as a string, right? The first one is a number and the second one is a string. They may look similar but they are different data types. We'll explore how this affects calculations in future lessons. Right now, I think the second data type is also clear to you. The third data type is a Boolean. The Boolean can have only two values, true or false. For example, just look at this one. We have created a variable called const is employee equal true. So this tells us that the person is an employee. So we can also have const is active equal false. So this tells us that something is not active. So there are only two options, true or false. Boolean values are extremely useful when creating conditions and decision-making programs. Normally, we'll include this Boolean with if statements. So we'll learn about if statements in future lessons. For now, remember Boolean equals true or false, and don't put quotation marks around Boolean values. The fourth data type is an array. An array allows us to store multiple values in a single variable. For example, we have created a variable called fruits, okay, and we have assigned several or multiple values: apple, banana, orange. You can see. So we have created a variable called fruits, and we have assigned multiple variables multiple values to that variable. So instead of creating three separate values, okay, so we can assign like const fruit 1 apple, const fruit 2 equal banana, const fruit 3 equal orange. Likewise, we can store them together inside an array. So we can also create an array of numbers, not only strings. We can create array of numbers, right? Arrays are extremely useful when working with Google Sheets because spreadsheet data is commonly returned as a two-dimensional array. We'll work extensively with arrays when we start reading and writing Google Sheet data. Now the fifth data type is object. The fifth data type we learn today is the object. An object allows us to store related information using key value pairs. So look at these examples. Here we have one employee object. The object contains three properties: name, age, and position. Each property has a value. For example, so name is John, age 30, position accountant. This is very useful when working with real-world data. For example, instead of having separate variables for every employee, we can create an employee object containing all of the information. Later of this course, objects will become extremely useful when we build practical applications. So how to access object values? So we can access object values like this. So look at the examples. So we can access individual values inside an object using the dot operator. For example, Logger.log within brackets employee.name. So it will display the name John, right? So I'll discuss this part under my demo video, so then you can understand easily. So we'll use this technique frequently when working with structured data. So that's it for today, and please watch the demo video to understand these data types, the application of data types practically. So that's it for today, and our next lesson is under the script lesson series is operators. So let's meet with another video like this one, and don't forget to subscribe, share and like Rover YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share our YouTube channel for more videos like this one. Thank you very much.